Okay. Welcome back.
Another question before we go maybe back to the resume part, because a lot of, because my experience now is going, putting out my job resume, a lot of these companies now say, okay, well, you need to go to our website first,
Correct.
fill out all this stuff.
Correct.
You know, you go through that, which makes you just kind of like a number in the system. I mean, it's their way of hope, I mean, it's still going to be a cover letter, and your resume is hopefully in that system going to pop you out, make you distinctive, or is it?
I'll give you a true answer. True answer. We're a big corporation. I mean, they will cascade down to us. Who's asking, posting for that job? They will go to us directly.
Okay,
I mean, to be honest,
so you still get all the.
all of the resumes, we get them.
Okay.
And then we do the pre-screening, and then we go for, with the HR back and forth. You give like your top 4 or top 3 or whatever, and the HR will look into them, into more like, I'm not sure, citizenship, green card, all of that kind of stuff. That's another 3, and then, it goes back and forth between us and HR. To be honest, I mean, a lot of people, they think that everybody, it's like done through a computer, and it's like treated through a computer and nothing. I swear that every job related to anything that we post, we get it.
So that part's just sifting this job, your department, we're going to set these resumes.
Correct. Directly to whoever posted the job. Yes, absolutely yes.
So in your past year, you said you looked at 20 resumes?
Not 20 resumes, we looked to a lot of resumes.
You've got 28.
Correct, about that, yes.
How many resumes did you look at?
That's, I have to remember, a lot, maybe times 5. Yeah, times 5. And as again, I will do some of the scanning. I know exactly what I'm looking for. So it will not take me too long to understand that this is offline or online. And again, I'm telling you guys, maybe I'll look harsh a little bit on you, but that's the truth. I am coming here just not to massage anything. This is what's going on today, and this is like, it is tough market, it is tough for engineers, and we have to brand ourselves, yes.
The companies at the job fairs, the people are saying that they get 500 resumes a week, and they don't even bother reading the cover letter.
True. Some of them it's true. Some it's true. I'm not saying no. Some of them it's true. Yeah, that is true statement. You can get this X amount of resumes for one single job, yes. 1 second here. I have a question in the back.
Well, I was going to make a statement there. If an example, you're a government contractor, they are required to have a human being disposition every resume that is submitted for a job for the company, which is part of the requirements.
Yes.
Contract.
Yes.
So somebody has to look at it and say yay or nay. That's
Correct. Yes.
Should be applicable to this job and passed on to the higher.
And remember, there are rules. It's like equal opportunity, and you don't want to mess with that. I mean, of course. And even we need to give to HR. Okay, the HR also the HR has some say. This looks like they qualify, and why you're not taking them? We have to write some stuff. Equal opportunity is something that we obey and we respect. It's not like on paper only. Yes.
Let me tell you how tough it can be if you're sending in a resume to something. 12 years ago, BMW came to Greenville, South Carolina, and while the plant was being built, they had temporary office space over the Spartanburg staff in the office building. I was looking for a job at that point. I grabbed my package, put it together, and looking good, so I trucked over to Spartanburg to that building to go meet somebody. I got there, it was right before lunch, and I guess everybody had taken off for a long lunch. There was nobody in the lobby, the person who mans the firewall. So I walked in, went up to the floor where the BMW folks had their offices, got out. There was nobody to stop me, so what the heck? I walked down the hall. Going down the hall, there was a room on my left that was, it was this long and about as wide. In that room were 2 rows of long metal tables like you see in banquet halls and stuff. On those tables were stacks of resumes, side by side, 2 rows. At the far end of the room, there's 2 more tables set up, with 1 person per table. One person was getting up, and I was watching around the corner before the door, to go grab a stack of resumes, take them to her workstation, and sit there and flip through them at this speed. 2 seconds, 5 seconds, tops, any resume. Every once in a while, something caught her eye. She'd take that resume over to the other person who would scan it into a database. What chance do you have in a situation like that?
I agree.
Chance of hell.
Yeah.
So it gets us back to what we've said over and over, network.
Yeah.
You find somebody on the other side of the firewall, make an impression, and without overdoing it,
Yeah.
do it through it.
2 things again, networking plus doing your homework. Please do not apply to a position where you don't feel that it's competent and it's appropriate for you and your qualification, because it will exhaust you. That's one, you count on yourself that you sent. And you say, it's one of the 20 that I sent, I didn't get back. But if you do your homework and you target the appropriate market, your appropriate chunk, either, the appropriate skills, then you have much higher chance to get it. Don't send it left and right. And please try to show, something close to if you feel that it's close to what it's being advertised, send it. And by the way, the last one got hired June 30th. Not exactly the qualification that we were looking for. Not exactly at all. It was 50% match. But we felt that the background, the type of work and the qualification, it is good to get a good candidate out of him. And today what? It's like October, end of October. The result is excellent. We're happy. I never regret that. I'm not here to give me a good grade. I'm here to share with you my experience and to share with you the pain, because Detroit was the first one to get hit more than anybody else. And I lived that, and I went through it, and I went through the Black April in 2006, the Black Tuesday in April 2006, where you don't know if you're coming tomorrow to the work or not. But I was confident that I was targeting and I was doing the appropriate thing, that I increased my chance to stay. Didn't say that I guaranteed. No, increased my chance to stay. Job interview. We're going to go quickly through the types here, and I'm going to share with you some of the other stuff that, some of the most common stuff for the job interview. Talk a little bit about phone screening, structured versus unstructured, job skills, formal interview formats. Interview preparation again. Let's say you got called for an interview. You have to sharpen your technical skills. I don't know, if you're in the power plant, you need a little bit to sharpen your technical skills. If it's on control system, I will need a little bit to read a little bit about feedback control. What does it mean? At least the 101. If you are in the IT business, you need to know about network, infrastructure, and all of that. Don't only count on your job. Count on the technical skills or technical expertise that they are asking for. Go, everything is in the web. You can have a lot in the web. Google search, do whatever it can. There are even plenty of information out in the web for free. You don't need to pay anything. Understand the industry. Let's say you're in the aerospace here. You're working for Navy, you're working in the aerospace, you're going to switch companies and you're going to go to the power business. Understand what's going on. Smart grid, at least, know about smart grid. Know about what's going on in the car industry, what are the new features that are coming from, and what's the pain. Specifically, what's the pain? Understand the job description, understand their current pain, research your future, and review common interview questions. Be honest with you, as I said, a lot of companies, they have, especially big corporations, they have their own structured interviews that we don't get in there. You have to pass that first, as I said, 4 hours first before it comes to anything to us. That, go and see what kind of questions. Ask. I don't have anything to do with them as a technical guy. But if you don't pass that, you cannot go to the next round. Or you're going to tell me it doesn't make sense. It is like that. You like it or not. In French, they call it le test psychotechnique. And it's there. I remember when I got interviewed by GM, I had to pass a 6 hours test in the web, timed in the web, where they give me like this situation of, the other employer punches the other employer in the face, what you're gonna do. Those kind of questions. I'm not kidding. You're gonna laugh at them, but those are. And they will give you like 4 choices and each one looks the same like the other. Be a snitch. Have an interview by instance. What does it mean? Instead of asking, yes, I did, or yes, I don't, or I didn't, or whatever, have an instance. Have you worked in robotics? Yes. Do you think it's a valid answer? Huh? No, have an instance. Say, yes, I had the opportunity to work in the robotics. Actually, I was leading the activity to have a controller, real-time controller for robot arms, that it's going to be used at that time for body in white assembly, something like that. It's not like yes, no. I agree, I disagree. Self-assessment, again, you do that. Preparation of instances. Be very careful about preparing the instance. Get to the bottom line. Don't talk about your life story. No. Problem, solution, and if you can quantify the benefit, saying we saved how many man hours, I saved how many dollars, that would be great. 1 minute professional autobiography. Present yourself. Don't repeat your life story. Company and salary research. Do your research. IEEE has a salary calculator. It will show you your range, the range that you're looking for. Like engineer 4, what is the range? Max and min. Because they're gonna, and I will touch base, in a little bit. Question of money and salary is going to come up. And the answer will be, and I'll tell you the answer later on. I'll keep the suspense. Because the answer will be, I'll keep the suspense. Self-assessment, what can you do? Ed Perkins, Hunk, everybody talk about self-assessment. Do it. Weak points, strong points, weak points. What does it need? Go and read. You don't need to take a course first. Go and read and see what does it take. Do you think I'm a genius? Do you think, no, I am a regular guy, but I keep my eye on everything, including gossip. Yes, because you have to have that sense of humor when you work. And the only way to get promoted is to mix both. If you're gonna do like this, every time you meet your boss, even though you're genius, I'll tell you, I don't want to see you this morning. That's the truth. I mean, we are a human being, right? So to keep up with the gossip, something very important. Sometimes you feel like you look at those guys. I mean, they are playing golf, right? All those executives, they are playing golf. Do you think they are talking about how to solve the fourth order differential equation in the vehicle? Huh? God knows. And you will see them in the TV like some people. And it becomes scandal. But anyway, so what I do, I'm going to ask you a question. Forget about all of this. I'm going to ask you a question. When you go to a grocery store and you're going to have, you're going to see it like the line is so long. What is the typical reaction of an engineer? Suppose all lines are busy the same way. You don't have any other choice other than standing up. Your kids are waiting. You can't leave it and go. What is the typical behavior of an engineer in that case, in that situation? Huh? No, you don't have any other choice. No, you cannot go home because your kids will kick you out. They need the milk. And happened, if I don't if I don't have milk at night and the next morning, I'm out of the, get out. Go and bring the milk from Kroger's. You know what's a typical? I'll answer that. Stupid. Man. Oh, what is this? Hey, you see that? That's a typical engineer. Yeah, that's a waste of time. That's ridiculous. Yeah. You know what I'll do? I'll pick up a magazine, especially, not any magazine, not politics, no. The National Enquirer. I need to know about Julia Roberts, what happened, and Zeta Jones, and, all of them. Well, that keeps me fresh. I can handle some discussions other than mathematical equations, other than cars. My wife is a pharmacist. She has nothing to do with cars other than she wants to drive a nice one. So I'm going to tell her about the deactivation on demand. We're sitting watching a movie. I'm going to ask, describe for her deactivation on demand. No. We're going to gossip about Angelina Jolie, I can handle a discussion with those golf guys. Preparation, gather important experiences. Convert experience into stories. One thing, even though I will not be able to finish all of this, but these kind of stuff, convert experience into a story. It will be very beneficial for you to show your experience. I'm going to give you one simple example. Nowadays, again, enemy number 3 for the engineers is the process. Come up with a process. We said time, money, and process. Documentation. If I ask you to document your solution, that is the biggest challenge that you're going to get. Am I right or wrong? Do you agree with me? Hands up. If I ask you to document your solution, you're going to struggle. Well, guess what? People who has project management certification, nowadays they have a plus. Why? Because we need people who understand the process in addition to being technical. Because that process is being shipped somewhere else. So you have to document. Nothing can keep in your mind. No, we need to get it documented. So if you come up with a very simple story like this, like when I joined my company, I observed that most of the testing is being done manually, flipping switches to go and see if the light came up or I thought that we can do much better and we can come up with an automated way of doing this testing and increase the robustness. So what I did, I wrote a proposal for my committee, and I defended that proposal. I prepared the business case with timeline and everything, and I defended that business case. It was approved. They gave me the money, and I went ahead and we wrote the design requirement document. We sent it for bidding. We got several suppliers back. We went through all the supplier selection process. We picked up the right one, and we kept in mind somebody else also. And we started doing the design. We went through design reviews, and then finally not finally, after that we went through the implementation process. Then we prepared some test cases. We tested that product, and we did get feedback. We gave feedback to the supplier. Finally, we went through the process of deployment and training, and we closed the project, and everybody was happy. Nowadays, we saved like X amount of man hour and X amount of dollar. How much did I stay to tell this story? 90 seconds. I timed myself, 90 seconds. What do you think about it? Huh?
Good story.
It shows what?
It shows you now the process of doing the business process from an engineering standpoint. This is what we need to do. Here's the process. Here's the money, which is the biggie. Here's the timeline. Okay, we did that. And then when you got into it, they gave you the money. You were able to manage it. You said, okay, we did this. Here are all my people, the suppliers, how this worked out, went to the next phase. This all worked out great. You gave feedback along the line back to the company because they want to know progress of what's going on, of where the money and time is going. And in the end, when you finished, you said, okay, this is what we saved in time and money for you. So now this is still going on and implemented better.
I want to give you A+. If you add one more thing, you forget one little thing, you got 98 out of 100. The design review. It shows that I said design review. It shows that I'm technically involved also. I conducted design reviews. I didn't give up my technical expertise just all along the process. Exactly. But you got my hat, my friend. We started a little bit rough, but I think requests for behavioral information. Some negative questions are not, okay, as I said, the interviewer is a human being, right? Bad day with his wife. With your luck, you're the first one to come in his face, or his team lost, like the Lions. So yeah, yeah. Oh, by the way, never come to Detroit and make fun of the Lions, okay? Be careful. Even though we made 0-16, doesn't matter. We're still the best. So be ready for some weird question. That's all what it is. And be smart in answering them. And you're going to tell me it's not of your business. Maybe if one of the answers is going to be not of your business. Okay, you answered that. That is the correct answer. But do you think you kept the chance for yourself? That's why. Be smart. And some of the other weird situation you had to work for a woman. You're going to be, you say, that's, doesn't make sense. I'll tell you it makes sense. When you go and have a team in Korea. In other countries. Keep thinking global. Always. The how. Talk about your past job experience. Never shoot your previous boss. Say that the worst boss I have ever had. No. Sometimes you're being asked, why did you leave the previous job? Be target. I say, I need to improve and progress in my career. I'm looking for more challenge. Not because I hated my previous job. That's, you know. The what question interests you most about the position we have? Buzzword there is a challenge. But you can be more specific, of course. And this is like a very, you know, I'm not going to go through each line, but I'm giving you the fundamentals and you can read the rest. Coping, when somebody asks you a question, restate the question in your own words because there may be different meanings. So restate the question first and then answer. Tactfully disagree or admit to the flaw. I mean, the word disagree is very dangerous in a resume, in a job interview. You better say, if, let's say, I will tell you software A is better than software B, and both of them, you know that. Let's say both of them, they are in resume. That statement, you know, even though you're going to say, you're not going to say, no, I disagree. The best answer to that is to bring up if you know both of them, bring up the advantages and disadvantages of each. And let the interviewer understand exactly what's going on. Rather than disagree, you say, well, A has these advantages and disadvantages, B has these advantages and disadvantages. We can work with either A and B, and always there is a room for improvement and giving feedback to the supplier of A or supplier of B to enhance that in the future. Rather than saying, I totally disagree or some kind of that. Highlight the compensating strength. I mean, that's very stress on it. Show how you learned from the experience. Try to show the good side of weakness. Yes, I know. Many times they would ask you, what is your weakness? Straight up in your face, what is your weakness? Give me an answer. One. Huh? That's a good one, but you need to elaborate a little bit. No, that's a good one. Yes. That is true. Any other thing? Process, lack of process. That's something always, it's an escape. Yeah. I'm doing a lot of technical work, but I need to improve and enhance on my process skills. Legal questions? Get a lawyer. Always, why the slide is there? Because, you know, you have to keep in mind that the interviewer is a human being. And a human being, do you know what you expect to get out of a human being? Of course, in a context. But it is a human being. Even a lot of, you know, people sometimes not in a conference, in a TV conference or interview, you'll see something coming out of them. And ESPN, you'll see them, they cut. Did you see the last interview for Brett Favre? After the game with the Giants? See, I am aware. That lady right there, she looked at me, what are you talking about? Yeah, what are you talking about? Because you have to keep up with everything in this life. You never know where the discussion and, you know, it's going to go. Yeah. Have you seen an interviewer talking about his team lost? Have you seen that? Interviewer talking about his team, football, soccer, volleyball, basketball. It's a big event. When you go to the Lakers, the whole city of Los Angeles shuts down. So if you have an interview the next day, you expect, if the Lakers won, you have a good chance to get in. If the Lakers lost, you don't have any chance. It is a reality.
Could you go, briefly go over your written questions? Not sure what
How old are you?
oh, now.
Yes, absolutely. How many kids do you have? What's your religion? Yes.
The good answer to that would be, I realize that question is off base, and I don't want to get too involved by answering.
Well, I won't even go further. I say, you know what? I'd rather keep that. It's personal. That's what I will tactfully exit from those questions. Yeah. Another question that is going to come up, what's your salary compensation? What are you worth? How much do you need?
I hear that from folks. What are your needs?
Yes, I mean, do you think I'm just getting this out of my mind?
How do you answer that
Just,
question?
some stuff looks to you like the weirdest thing. When I tell you the story of the Los Angeles, that is a reality, that is a truth. That is something very concrete. It is. You like it or not. These are some sources. I'm going to quickly go to the D-Day, the day of the interview. All of that, it was like a preparation, but the interview day. So, now you're qualified for the job, and question to answer, how do you fit? Remember, my question, it is, what are you going to bring to me? If I'll hire you, what you're going to do for me? So 5 steps of a successful sale: build a rapport, ask questions to uncover needs, describe benefits, overcome objections, and close and debrief yourself. Something important, never distract the interview. Before going even to the interviewer, I'd like to tell you something. If you are local and you're gonna get interviewed, it is best to go and go around the location of the interview. Know where to park. Know how to get in there. Know if there is a security that you need to go through. Know all of that in advance. Don't come the D-Day, you are late, you don't know where to park, and it's security, you need to go through a strip search, and it will take some time, and you're late. You know what it means, late to the interview? Hasta la vista. You have to go and double check the location and make sure that you know the exact location. If you're flying in, it won't hurt to take a cab, invest a little bit of $20, know exactly where to go and how to get in there. Impact of your presence here. Never distract the interviewer. Coming as distracting the interviewer, like coming to Detroit and talking about the Lions that lost. Impact of one's presence, 55% body language, 38% voice tone, and 7% word content. Body language is the rapport body language that is fundamental. If you look like a boring person, nobody is going to hire you. Or you are reducing your chances, no matter what. Listen, they talk 70%, you talk 30%. Appearances. I was wearing a pink shirt yesterday. I think, guys, you remember, we went to the meeting together and I was wearing a pink shirt. Today I'm wearing a classical blue with black So this is what I call be regular. Because you say, well, I have a director in my department refuses to talk to me if I'm wearing pink. You laugh. You tell me that you are laughing. Name it whatever. This is the truth. You come to that department, he's not going to talk to you if you are a male wearing pink.
Be a good thing if you don't want to talk, huh?
Well, I can't because he's my partner.
Maybe even better.
Yeah. Don't be late. No, sometimes you tell me, oh, these remarks that you're saying are ridiculous. I tell you, they are. But that is what's going on. Lean forward to show interest. Keep your hands away from face and head. Do not fold your arm across your chest as if you're, you're tired and just get over with. Want to get out. Make eye contact. Don't stare. You make people uncomfortable. Try to smile occasionally. Don't overdo it. Try to sound enthusiastic, not boring. Have self-confidence. Show confidence in yourself, in your answers. And self-confidence is, whenever you have been asked a question and you don't know the answer for that. That's, take time, think about it, and try to think about something else that resembles to it, similar. You say, I don't know it, but I did work with something else which is similar in concept and in method. Nothing wrong with that. Do not overtalk. Do not display arrogance. No risky humor. Retain any distracting physical habits. It's like this. Do not complain about peripheral items. It's hot here. Boy, it's hot. Yeah, sometimes you're put in a hot spot because you're going to work in the lab and the lab is hot. It's a test. You're putting under test without knowing. Do not make negative references to others. Money. Topic to avoid. You know what I mean? This is something just to remind you. Don't come to a female interviewer and tell her you look sexy or you look sharp or any kind of that, or just restrain from any compliment in general. Yeah, please. You're trying to sympathize, but sometimes it's you're shooting yourself in the foot. Focus factors: experience, capability and skills, motivation and personal. The interviewer is putting you on their radar and just following everything that you're doing. How are we doing in time? First. Ed, how are we doing in time? Oh, great. Oh, boy. Okay,
I do it. Why topics to avoid? Why to avoid them?
yeah, don't ask them to take them to lunch. Yeah, because I'll tell you, the large corporation, again, my company, we cannot accept anything greater than $5. You buy me a sandwich for $5, I can accept it. Anything beyond $5, I cannot accept it. I have to pay it on my own. That's a company rule. I cannot accept from you even a mug that costs more than $5. Company rule.
We'll talk about who you know with your organization, but it's different the way that you
No, don't show arrogance. That means I know you're CEO. You show me that I'm little. I know you're director. Start shooting like that? Okay. Yeah, go to him, then we will hire you. Some people, they do that. I mean, they're it's not on purpose that they're doing that. They're trying to sympathize. They're trying to show a little bit that I know about you, but unfortunately they do it the wrong way. Top cliche question, tell me about yourself. Be ready for all this. I mean, these are classical questions. Tell me about yourself, why you're seeking employment, what do you feel, what are your strengths, weakness. All of those are typical, and be ready for those. What do you know about our organization? That means do a little bit of homework. You'll be asked that. Yeah. So you're coming to, I don't know, aerospace company and have no clue about what's going on. At least you're going to Boeing and you'll know that it's 787 is coming up. And it's their hot seller. You're going to go to GM and you need to know that, we're going to have the Cadillac that's going to, semi-autonomous and all these new features for enhanced safety and all of that. You're going to come to, yeah, you have to do your homework. That is absolutely nothing. It's like going to a class and doing nothing at home. Same thing. Going to a class and doing absolutely nothing at home. What are you expecting? Where do you like to be in 5 years? In 10 years? Those are typical questions also. You have to be ready for them. Taking charge question or tie-on questions. Sometimes sometimes there are traps. It's like if I give you the job right now. So you have to leave some room for yourself. Test the interviewers also. Know how to test the interviewers so you know how you're doing. Ask, did I answer your question? Something like that. You will get the feedback. You're probing. You need to probe a little bit the interviewer also to know which way you're going.
Bottom down on particular questions they ask. Like that's a real general question.
What is the activity of your team, for example? That's a typical, that's the startup question. Tell me about your activity. You are saying, you ask the interviewer about the activity. And he needs or she needs to describe a little bit, elaborate a little bit, so you will understand. That's like it gives you some room to know where to go in answering some of your questions. Tell me more about the position at the start. What are you looking for? Some of those kind of questions to elaborate. There is nothing wrong with it. You're just seeking, because the interviewer needs to also know, needs to deliver the message. The same way, expecting you to describe all your activity and all your expertise and all of that, he or she needs to deliver the message. Okay? Any questions so far?
On the technical questions today, say you look in TV, you already have an offer from other companies, and you come in, so the manager asks you to say, okay, how soon you can start, or will you make the offer to you, how soon can you start a step position, things like that, how is the best answer?
We just give them the reality. I can start now. Okay? I need 15 days. I need a month.
Or because understanding is you have on the offer, like, decide,
That means you have a different offer and I mean, I didn't understand the question exactly.
Offer
Yes.
the company,
Uh-huh.
got it in at the same time, almost the same time. The day before, I have an interview with you. So at the end of the, or towards the end of the interview, you say, okay, we're happy with you, say, you offer the position.
I need to talk to my wife. Very simple. An exit. I need to talk to discuss that with my family. Give me a couple of days. Nothing wrong with that. Of course, you know, I need to talk to my family, see the kids. I have to move them from one school to the other. Yeah, that's easy. Just blame it on the wife. Am I offending anyone?
They want you to repeat the question next time.
Okay, the question is, if somebody has an offer already from another company and he's going to an interview and the interviewer offered him the position. So, and they ask him his answer or response immediately. What should you do in this situation? And my answer is, blame it on the wife. It's just tell them I need to discuss that with my family and I will get back with you in 24, 48 hours. Does it make sense to you?
It doesn't help to disclose that you have another offer?
No. I do not encourage that, to be honest with you. At least at the first answer, as a first answer. Maybe when things do elaborate and they will give you a salary and we start negotiation, salary negotiation, you tell them, yes, I do have another offer from another company and they're giving me this. But I'm more interested to join your company, can you match it? That's the negotiation process. But the first answer, don't mention anything about having another offer. Question you should ask. Your question should, if possible, allow your respondent to display their knowledge. Ask question about the industry or business, explain. Sometimes, and you have seen in a lot of corporation, one of the fundamental questions that I have been asked all the time is, does your company support continuous education? I want to pursue my master's degree. Do you have any program to support that? So, and this kind of question, I mean, personally, I like somebody who is having continuous education in the back of their mind, because that's the only way to keep fresh. About publications also. Does your company promote publication? Because I want to keep my record for publications. And that's, Marty, he can give you a couple of more words about that. How important is that? And how important IEEE, it's the biggest opportunity, gives you the biggest opportunity to be known and to get a shiny resume by including some publications, references to IEEE. And any question that leads to something of interest for you, I mean, that's, do not, if the interviewer asks you, do you have any questions? And you say no, my first thinking is, I think we're way off. Keeping quiet doesn't help in an interview. You have to give me that feeling that you understood the position and you are candidates, at least, to keep you in the pool. You have to give me that impression.
So again, is it appropriate to ask the person how felt that I did during that interview?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. A very good question. A very good question. How, yes, did
Am I
I?
making the cut, or,
Absolutely,
well, I'm
absolutely.
not even considering you're gonna call me back again after.
No, I mean, you're not gonna go to that language, but, you know, you ain't gonna ask how we're doing. How did I answer your question? All of those, they are legitimate. That's how to establish, and how that's to break the wall between you and the reviewer also. Yes.
Another question from out there. The question is, and please repeat it, between two qualified applicants, what could be the factors that would make the difference between hiring and not hiring?
Interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills is key.
Repeat the question for the audience.
The question is, if you have two that are highly, almost like, they have the same chance, which one you're gonna pick up? And, my answer is, interpersonal skills is fundamental. You remember I told you, you know, if you look like boring, that is a true statement coming out.
What about cultural things? And you may have a company that's actually run by engineers, introvert kind of people. And maybe the more silent and more.
Believe me, there is absolutely no engineer deep inside who is or she is introvert. No. But they are shy. But if you are humorous, they will smile. And if you're not, just they will keep going. And the next time, if you meet face to face, they will say hi. If you don't, you know, this is like we went to Central Florida University is opening yesterday. I've seen something like magnificent. How to study a human being. They have a huge center. How is the reaction of a human being? It's like almost putting the feeling that we have into a robot. It's fascinating. But I guarantee you, there is absolutely no one in this world who or she, who is or she is, she wants that place. I don't think so. What do you think, personally?
I'm just, you know, that's a pretty broad interpersonal skill. Do you mean outgoing, easy to talk to, or what does that mean?
Interpersonal skills, all of those are part, all of those are interpersonal skills that me first think.
Okay, let me make you, there's a particular case in which I'm interviewing this person, and they are like, into like gratuitous praise, you know, praising the person. I think there are things that they think they're being, more outgoing, and it just doesn't come across as genuine.
Okay, let me give you more clarifications. Interpersonal skills. The first criteria is you can express yourself easy. You ask a question, you give me a simple answer, and that answer is to the point. That is one. That means you can present. Two is, it's like, you know, you feel like somebody is humorous. A little bit. I'm not saying that it's part, but when somebody is humorous, definitely they have the capability of delivering message better than somebody else. This is from my own experience too. I'm talking from my own experience, and I have people from all over the world working under, you know, and I have been working for people from all over the world. And to give you a story about this, in the dark April 2006, we used to have a director. And at that time, we're doing the Cadillac DTS, the premium Cadillac DTS. It has massage, and it has heated seats. And I was doing both. So the director is passing by on Friday to double check the labs and say hi to everybody. And she's passing by, hi Tarek, how you doing? I'm fine. What are you up to these days? I said, come on in, I'll show you. I'm doing the testing on these. What is this? Sit down on the seat. Did sit down on the seat. And it was December in Detroit. Push that, the heated seats, and push the massage. So we have massage, lumbar massage going up and down. And I projected to her the technical work, how we are testing that. She said, I want you in every executive show. I want to show this. Do you think she thought at that time, when time came to cutting throats, I would be first or last in the list? Last. Why? It didn't take much. Humorous. Just a little bit.
Okay, I think my concern is that that's very subjective, and essentially you're gonna hire who you like.
I am not saying the opposite. I am not saying the opposite. There is no mathematical equation for interpersonal skills. You're going to make the final call and you're going to pick up who do you think it is appropriate. Well, first of all, as I said, my criteria, you can answer the question in an easy way and you can deliver the message. That is a fundamental key in interpersonal skills. Delivering the message, that means I can count on you that you can convince somebody else. That is not subjective, that is objective. That's something that's a big criteria. I didn't say how do you look or how do you smile or how do you dress. No, I said communication. And I think with the experience you gain that. You will know which one is better in communicating and providing the message. Hopefully this helped. Question you should ask. I think I told you about all of this, the group structure. You need to ask about the position and you need to ask about the nature of the job. Salary negotiation, as I said, never bring the money. Let them bring the money and your answer should be, I'd like to be within the market range. And the market range is no. That is the answer. I didn't escape. I answered that question now. All right?
Also, isn't the answer to that one is to ask an interviewer, well, do I have the job? I want to negotiate it when I get the job? Because
No, I mean,
you don't know if you have the job, so.
no, they would ask you, what is your target? And you don't give them money. You don't give them dollar sign. You tell them the answer should be, I need to be within the market value. I think that I am engineer 4, and I'm looking to be within the market range. They know what it means, engineer 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they know what's the market range.
Comment on that. I've heard from HR people that basically, once they go through trouble of making the offer, at that point, they've already decided, and there's too many things you cannot discuss. So that's what I've heard from people.
It has some truth to it, yes. The HR will decide but still there is, believe me, still there, if you have that skills and I'm desperate for you, believe me. Yes. If I am desperate for you, believe me, and I've seen it. And that what they will do, they change the job description. They know, if I will put like engineer 3, okay, and you're coming and you are engineer 4, I will change the job description to make it engineer 4, and then HR will make accordingly the change in the salary. Last few minutes, verify the next step, say thank you, smile, leave, debrief yourself, send a thank you letter or phone call, say thank you, leave a message, thank you for the interview, and debrief yourself. And these are some tips that you can use, plenty of them. These are some sources. And with this is the end of my session. I hope that you got something out of it. And always these topics, there is no equation for these topics, but I came down here to share my experience with you. I hope it's beneficial. And if you have any questions, you can follow up with me. You have my email address. Ed has my email address. I'll be more than happy to review any of your resumes, give you a feedback, or give you some hints about job interview. You call me if you have any questions. What should I do? What should I prepare for? I'll be more than happy to answer those. Yes.
You have in your schedule put out the last minute track in the little you meant by the last minute track.
The traps is like, it's like they corner you, I'm gonna offer you the job now. That's the traps. Yeah, I did talk about them. I think they're a little bit, the slides here are a little bit changed, but that's what I meant. Questions? Yes?
Did you have any additional comments that him, when you were, you had to talk to several people, and they all had to agree?
What's that? I had a hard time because that fan is blowing in my ear.
Some of your YouTube panels where it's not one person interviewed.
Yeah. There is a group of, yes. Sometimes you're not on a one-on-one with a one-on-one interviewer, but you have a group. That's the question. And that's what we call it, structured versus unstructured. That is happening also. Some people, they prefer to do that. And specifically, I've seen it in academia more, but some industries, they go through that. And it is the same concept. I mean, listen to everybody, and that's something, the most challenging thing in those, some of the interviewers, they disagree among themselves, and they put you on the spot. So never give a definite answer. Always give a technical answer saying advantages and disadvantages.